Well, good afternoon, folks. We are ready for another MacNSeitz 14U game. Starting here momentarily, the official coaches meeting with the umpires has already transpired. And this afternoon, we've got our MacNSeitz 14U team up against the Prodigy Teal. So Prodigy Teal looks like this is going to be their first tournament this fall. Interestingly, our last. But they've been hard at work and practice here in their off-season in between the spring and summer season, moving into fall, practicing twice a week. I'm pretty familiar with Prodigy Teal and a number of the parents out there, so a shout out to those guys, hoping the boys are all doing well. Today in our starting lineup, I have number 8, Reed Eckert, number 28, Harrison Perkins, number 9, Arlo Mai, 33, Jacob Peterson, I'm sorry, Jacob Larson, number 58, Odie Saxon, 36, Austin Strength, number 19, Tucker Lee, number 5, Brooks Carr, number 11, Evan Book, and number 15, Grant Kelly. Looks like Prodigy, or not Prodigy, but rather our MacNSeitz boys have the home advantage today. Starting out on the bump is going to be Tucker Lee, number 19. So Tucker pitching on a number of occasions here this fall. 8 innings pitched so far, played in 4 games, or pitched in 4 games rather. He's faced 51 batters, 8 hits, 13 runs, only 8 of which were earned runs, and 13 strikeouts. So Tucker tends to be, one of our more velocity guys, but has struggled here this fall with some of his control. And looks like all the warm-ups are all set. And Prodigy Teal is entering the batter's box. Home plate umpire is ready to begin. So play ball. Let's see how our boys start this one off. Oh, and so, of course, Tucker drawing that one was started with a ball. And umpire indicated high. And now on the second pitch, a strike call. So a 1-1 count. And this one fouled down the left side, a 1-2 count. And so it's always interesting to see what you're going to get officiating-wise. And here in this particular matchup, we've got a young guy behind the plate. And looks like another young guy out on the base pass. Ball in play, this one in between third and short for a base hit. So Tucker getting exactly what we're looking for, which is a ground ball. And Jacob Larson showing some good range there for a third baseman. That would be a ball I would expect our shortstop to kind of be able to pick up. But Austin Strength playing a little deep right here, but as he's playing deep right now, we're looking for a double play ball. So fastball high, Tucker on a slide step, and so you'll see pitchers do this from time to time where they use a slide step to speed up their delivery home and try to keep those runners on base. So Tucker looking good here, looking sharp, so 1-1 count. And right now I don't have my pocket radar up, but we'll get that up here shortly, and as the game progresses, we'll give you those updates. Tucker high and inside that one. And that's number 36 for Prodigy. I believe that's Chase Levine. Familiar with Chase. Tucker and Chase had played together before. That ball high and outside, and now Tucker is facing a 3-1 count. And he calls ball 4 inside. So that's going to bring up J.J. Pulley for Prodigy Teal, also familiar with him. Just talking to his dad here before the game, and JJ elected not to play football, as many of these boys chose to. But batting third in the lineup, wild pitch. And Tucker hanging his head. Runners will advance uncontested as Arlo Mai, working behind the dish, makes his way back to collect the ball. So now 1-0 count to JJ. So a swing and a miss there, and a 1-1 count. Looks like our camera here is already kind of taking a couple of bumps. Let's switch our view here. That one going outside. Tucker looks like he's got good velocity on the pitches today. Now we just need to get it in and pound that zone. And as such is the case, when you have a young guy behind the dish calling the balls and strikes, and that's what, you know, we didn't have in the first game. We had a really experienced umpire. And, you know, at different age brackets, you'll see different types of strike zones. But you do see different strike zones from different guys. Hard hit. This one goes foul right side. And we are now at a full count. But you'll see young guys they tend to have tighter strike zones. And older guys, been around the block a little bit longer, officiated youth games, and so their strike zones tend to be a little bit larger. And Tucker walks another one. Bases loaded now, nobody down. So we start with the ground ball, which is exactly what we want. We are unable to make a play, and, you know, to Austin's credit too, I hope nobody thinks that I'm being overly critical of Austin out there at shortstop. Unable to get to that ball, and the next batter never swung the bat. So obviously you got to have pitches in the zone, and we start off with a strike ball there. Strike ball. What's a strike ball?
I don't know. It's a ball that's a strike.
That's a pitch. It's a strike. 0-1 count. And now 1-1. So Prodigy not looking aggressive, being patient at the plate. Fouls this one back. Now 1-2 count. And strike three call. That'll be strikeout number one for Tucker Lee. And so we've got the bases loaded now, one down. Tucker with one strikeout and looking to make our way out of the top of this inning without any damage done. I do not have a roster for Prodigy Teal. And oftentimes when I have that roster, I'm able to tell you who's up at the plate. Wild pitch there. I don't know if Arlo wasn't expecting the pitch or what, but easily within his glove reach. So I don't know what happened there. But a ball nonetheless, and no runners advance. So 1-0 count. And we got a ball on the field. So we'll pause play here momentarily. So Tucker with 13 strikeouts on the fall season coming into this game. Had number 14 just a moment ago. And looks to be throwing some darts here right now. So always a little bit shaky to start, and seems to be kind of dialing it in here. And a run's going to score on a wild pitch. So all runners advance. All runners advance. Score now 1-0, favor of Prodigy Teal. Runners on second and third, just one down. And a 1-1 count. I will tell you, Arlo did a good job behind the dish for us here in game number 1. And it's important to say this is his definitely a secondary position by far. Paul McClenny has a football game today. He tends to be our starting catcher and, of course, has always missed a great bat at the plate as well. But Arlo working hard back there. And now a 1-2 count. Did we get that pocket radar working? Okay, no problem. So pocket radar not up here for this first inning, but that's no problem. Still some great baseball out here being played. And strike 3. So 2 strikeouts on the day. Still 2 runners on and looking to get out of this inning without any further damage. 1 run by way of walk. And, well, actually, you take that back. So that first young man did have a single through the infield. And a ball 1 to start here on number 19 at the plate. And ball high. And so always interesting when you see a young guy playing against a team that he used to play with. And so by and large, this is a very different Prodigy team than what Tucker played for and played with. As a ball is fouled back, and now a 2-1 count. But it's always interesting because anytime an athlete goes to another team and they play their former team, of course they want to show out and play really well. Interesting, Tucker went up to coaches today and said, hey, I want to pitch in game 2, and got to give credit to the coaches. They're like, listen, we'll let you pitch, but we need to see some strikes. and so a couple of strikeouts here to start, but a little bit of control issue. 3-1 count now. And you got to be able to throw strikes when you need them most. And that's a ball 4 and another walk. Bases now loaded. So Tucker definitely throwing hard. And I know he's been down in the basement working on his pitching mechanics, also working on some hitting, as most of these boys are getting in extra work wherever they can, as fall football season tends to come to a close for most of our guys. So nice pitch there and a strike 1. This looks like it's number 3-4, Cameron Tierney. Real familiar. Cameron played with Tucker on a Prodigy team here previously. And now an 0-2 count. Tucker, I'm sure, looking to get this one done. That one going just inside. Had good action on it. Oh, they call him safe. Steals home. And a heads-up play by the Prodigy Teal team, taking advantage of Tucker getting the ball back from catch, turning around. That'll be 2-0 now in favor of Prodigy Teal. And you'll see as guys get really good leads and no pickoff attempts, nobody really holding them on and stuff like that, making his way further and further down that third base line. And unfortunately, Tucker made a good throw back to Arlo pretty quickly. Tag came in just high, and that is good for another run for Prodigy. Runner goes, and a strike 3 call. Tucker with 3 strikeouts to get out of that inning. But not before Prodigy Teal puts 2 on the board. Now we got to see where our MacNSeitz boys are going to come up. I'm going to take a short audio break here, and I'm going to fix our pocket radar and maybe give an adjustment to one of our cameras that got knocked down. And we'll be right back with you shortly. All right. And here we are now, bottom of the first. Reed Eckert leading MacNSeitz off. And starts out his count now 1-1. A lot of wind today, folks, and we'll do our best to try to make audio adjustments. Pop up. This one going over to shortstop. It's going to find some green grass. Shortstop came in on it just a little too far, misread it, and with the wind blowing the way that it is, he found some green grass there, and he'll reach on air. And depending on your perspective, I mean, you could call that a base hit, but regardless, our leadoff batter makes his way on base. Ball high. Looked like that was possibly intentional, looking to see if we were going to be super aggressive out on the base paths. Reed Eckert does show good speed when he is out on the base paths. Number 28, Harrison Perkins, up at the plate. Ball in play. This one's going right up the middle. Second baseman takes it, and his throw over to first is off the mark, but he gets the leadoff runner, and that is Harrison Perkins reaching first base by fielder's choice. So one down now, and that'll bring up number 9, Arlo Mai. Arlo batting .406 in the fall season here with a .625 slugging percentage. Ball down and away to start. High fly ball. This one is deep. It is left field. It has a possibility. That is a ground rule double. Arlo Mai getting a hold of that one and just, I mean, giving it a ride. Heck of a hit. That'll make our score now 2-1, and Arlo Mai just absolutely rocketed out there. No chance at a play for the left fielder, and it takes a high bounce over the fence and out of play. So by rule, a ground rule double. That's going to bring up number 33, Jacob Larson, to the plate. So MacNSeitz showing some life here early. Now 2-1. Third baseman knocked him over. So this has happened more than once, and our coach really needs to get on these young guys. These young guys turn away. They don't want to make a call because they didn't see it, because they weren't paying attention in the right direction. And this is where you'll see in youth athletics people getting super frustrated with youth officiating. And, you know, it's unfortunate because Arlo Mai turning the corner on third base and was wholly prevented from, you know, making his way on base. He should have been awarded that home plate, should have been awarded that run, 100%. Pass ball here. Arlo's going to make his way home, and that's going to tie the game up, folks. Okay, so again, Larson up at the plate, batting .250 this fall. Takes a ball well outside, and that is going to be ball number 4. I got behind on my pitch count because I got so excited about the running obstruction over there at third base, and we really should have been given that. But you know what? You're going to get some, and you're gonna not get some of these calls, and especially when you got young guys that are officiating. They don't have quite the amount of experience knowing exactly where they need to be and where they need to be looking. You know, and let's be honest, this is not the big leagues. You know, we don't have an umpire at every base, and everybody can just focus on just that one thing. And so you got 2 guys out there on the field calling the game, and without them out there, we don't have the opportunity to play. So we can't be too rough on them. But man, that was a frustrating one for me to just let by. Prodigy catcher doing a good job with a back pick over there at first. Larson doing a great job making his way back. So good lead, not excessive. We got Odie Saxon at the plate. And another back pick. And so Ketch doing his best job to try and keep Larson honest over there at first. Odie been seeing the ball super well here in his last few at-bats. Didn't get much here in the first game, but last 2 games prior to that, man, he sent a couple balls deep. So we've got just 1 down. Scores back to even at 2-2. And ball down, low and away. And this throw, back pick, another back pick. This is the 3rd back pick. This one is now overthrown at first, and Larson will make his way over to second easily, completely uncontested. So a throwing error by the catcher results in Larson now being in scoring position. Larson would represent the go-ahead run. And Odie Saxon looking for a pitch to hit here. Puts the bat on the ball, fouls this one back. Did a good job stretching out to an off-speed pitch that ended up curling outside. So hard to say if that was a curveball or a slider. I think that was a curveball. And Odie just rockets that one in for a single. Jacob Larson will advance, and MacNSeitz continues to roll. So all too important, as you know, every inning counts, and you never know when you've got momentum and when you don't. MacNSeitz boys looking strong here. Number 3-6, Austin Strength now at the plate. Again, the go-ahead run is Jacob Larson on third. Odie Saxon taking a good lead out at first. Doesn't run, but catch pops up, acting as if he's going to back pick over to first. He does not throw that ball. Instead, delivers it back to pitch. And now 1-0 count to Austin Strength, who's come up big for us here a couple of times recently. Wild pitch. This one is going to get back to the backstop, and MacNSeitz will be now in the lead 3-2 as Larson comes across home plate, and Odie Saxon makes his way over to second. Folks, awful windy today. And the home plate official trying to clean off the dish. I'll tell you what, I can't see it here in person, so I doubt you can see it there on the cameras. Let's change our view up here a little bit and see if we can't get a better glimpse of that ball coming across the plate on Austin. Ball high. And Odie continuing to work the base paths out there on second base. So Austin with 4 RBIs this fall, looking for a possibility at another one here. Showing bunt, pulls back, it is a strike. And catcher aggressive for Prodigy Teal, popping up and thinking possibly there was going to be a steal. Odie did not go, and catch throwing it back to second. Getting by the fielders, but Odie's not able to get by. Now that just changed up my audio wholeheartedly. I don't know what happened there.
Well, this wasn't plugged in all the way, so I pushed it in all the way.
Oh, there you go. Maybe nobody could hear me. Well, Austin Strength takes ball 4, and that's going to put 2 runners on for Prodigy on first and second. That brings up the pitcher record for MacNSeitz today, number 19, Tucker Lee, looking to help himself out here. And my mistakes, folks. I didn't get that go-ahead run up on our Tucker, putting one in play. This one over to second. They're going to try to turn 2, and Tucker's showing good speed, preventing the ability for them to have 2. Runners do advance, and Tucker making his way to first via fielder's choice.
Got the bat on the ball. That's all I wanted to see out of my tuck man today. Okay.
Folks, that's Delana Lee joining us in the broadcast booth, and man, what a joy it is to have her.
I concur. I concur. All 5 people watching us right now get to suffer through it. Thank you.
Well, that is Brooks Carr up at the plate right now, taking his first pitch for a ball high. Tucker Lee stealing second. Throw coming down. Nope, no throw, fake throw.
Nice job.
Tucker makes his way up to second, no problem. So for Brooks Carr, 2 runners in scoring position. Carr with 2 RBIs on the fall season coming into today's tournament. Taking another ball, this one well outside.
And folks, in case you wondered, it's still really windy. I mean, it's supposed to be worse tomorrow. That's what I've been told.
Well, I don't want to call anybody a liar, and that was a ball coming across the plate. But I hope like heck it's not going to be windy tomorrow.
Well, I don't know why you would call me a liar. You can easily verify it using a cell phone. It's a smartphone. You can just.
I'm not good with technology.
That's for sure.
And ball 4. That'll load the bases for Evan Book. So Evan batting just 182 on the fall season, and here comes trouble.
Uh-oh.
MacNSeitz, there's actually a QR
14U.
code right there.
MacNSeitz 14U. See at the top there?
Strike one. So huge MacNSeitz fan coming over looking to get access to our live feed. Not really. It's an opposing fan.
That's Cameron Tierney's dad. Oh, he's a lovely human. He's a riot.
Absolute riot. Had a good time playing with those boys not so long ago. Now 1-1 count to Evan Book.
Well, we've got some important decisions to make here in the next, I'd say, 90 minutes or so, Robert. And it really just comes down to you on where you want to go for dinner for your birthday. So if you could narrow that down in between innings, maybe make a list over there on your notepad. Ooh, that was outside. He gave him that. Okay.
Now 2-2 count to Evan Book. Evan with 2 RBIs on the season, bases loaded, two down. And MacNSeitz looking to bring a few of these runs across the plate. Swing and a miss.
That's all right.
That'll be strike 3, and that will retire the side. But not before MacNSeitz does what?
Takes the lead.
3-2. So a lot of fun there, and good early here in the early going. Looks like it's going to be a close matchup, but 3-2 to start, and we'll see can Tucker Lee keep the control that he had.
I don't know, but when I turn my mic on, it gets exponentially windier in the headphones.
I would agree, and maybe we need to adjust your gain. Looks like we've got, is this Ryder Votav's mom?
Hey, can you give us an update on Ryder?
Yeah, come on. Ryder's Votav mom not putting.
I just wanted to say thank you. It was so nice to be away and then be able to see it and hear it. And then all of a sudden we were listening. We were like, it's kind of hard on Tucker. And then all of a sudden you come on and you're like, yeah, I am his dad, so I'm probably overly critical. We just started laughing because I'm like, it's good. From a dad's perspective. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing that.
Well, we never tell him any of that, and Tucker never watches the games afterwards. So he'll never know. Like when he's 40 years old, if it's still sitting out on YouTube, he'll be watching. Man, my dad didn't think I was good at baseball at all. Right?
No, but then he'll come back, and once he's doing. But the good thing is once he's doing something good, he brags on it. So it was just kind of funny because I'm like, you can tell that's his dad. Better than expected. There was no break. It was so nice. I'm like, I couldn't believe because I always heard of Northeasterners being
All right, folks, we are all set to begin here in top of the second. During warm-ups, looks like Tucker Lee may have strained a muscle in his side or something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Stopped warming up for a short period of time and clutching his side. So we'll see how we get things going here in the early going. First pitch is a ball high and inside. Ryder Votav's mom coming up here in between innings and giving us an update on Ryder. So looked like he possibly has, he definitely has an injury to the leg, but maybe some minuscule fractures in between his growth plates on his leg. And that came during competition here last weekend. And Ryder's going to be in a boot now for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and we're going to be wishing him a speedy recovery. Tucker now on a 1-1 count. Had a nice slider for strike number 1. Fouls this one back, and now a 1-2 count. So Tucker getting up on number 3 here for Prodigy Teal early in the count. And a strike 3 call. So Tucker with another strikeout. Now 4 on the day here in just the second inning.
So you gave everybody an update on Ryder. Well, I was talking to Ryder's mom.
You bet.
That's good. I'm really glad to hear it's not as bad as they thought originally. And she was getting ready to get on an airplane when she was watching your feed and saw him being carted off the field. That's not fun for a mama. That's not fun for any parent.
No, and certainly wasn't fun for us. We certainly missed Ryder's field defensively out on the field, and of course his bat. Ryder leading off for us most of the fall season, and so obviously not playing for us here today. Number 4 for Prodigy Teal showing bunt.
That was a strike, by the way.
Yeah, he pulled the bat back, but still called strike. So.
Well, it's because it was a strike over the plate. It's just a strike. It was what'd you call it earlier? It was a strike ball.
And so another strike here, so a 1-2 count again. And
another
Tucker
strike ball.
Getting up early in the count.
That's a technical term. Yeah. And strike 3.
And a slider, strike 3.
Nice. That was a beautiful pitch. Did you see that was kind of nasty?
He had some good action on that one, and I'll tell you what, as these young men continue to progress in baseball, pitching gets harder and harder to hit. So many different pitches that you can throw, and you really gotta be waiting on that. You gotta sit on your back leg a little bit more and be patient, waiting for that to come across the plate. But Tucker doing a good job there, and Arlo handling it well as well.
This is Chase up to bat.
So number 1, Chase Levine up to bat. So I said it was Chase earlier?
Yeah, and that was not Chase.
That was not Chase?
No, Chase does not have, blondish
he cut all his
brown hair.
He cut off his hair?
No, his hair's in there, dude. That's Chase. Look at his face. Chase! I don't think I should distract him. But no, I believe that's Chase. Yeah, the other kid has much longer hair, and it's not as white blonde as Chase. Chase has really blonde hair, like his sister.
Well, and you would pay attention to that. I have to admit, I did not know that Chase had white blonde hair.
Well, now you do. I'm glad you're well informed. That's a strike. Come on now, one more.
And so now Tucker with another 1-2 count.
As I always like to say, finish him. I'm over here just cracking myself up on a Saturday. Why not?
So Tucker trying to go back to that looping slider, and so he throws it in one of 2 ways, either down in the dirt with a hard spike or more of a loop. I don't know why that's funny. He does that intentionally.
Oh.
And
it's funny.
So this is somebody who doesn't know anything about baseball laughing in my ear over here.
100%. I'm guilty as charged.
But a full count now, and that big looping one did not break for him as he expected.
I think big looping one may be a non-technical term. Oh, strike 3.
And another strikeout there.
Hey, I will say the blue has been consistent on that outside pitch there, calling it a strike. I saw it with the Prodigy pitcher, and now I've seen it with Tuck. Did Tuck just strike out 3 batters in a row?
Well, we've had now 6 outs today, and Tucker's made all 6 outs via strikeout.
So he just went 3 up, 3 down?
3 up, 3 down.
That's what I like to see out of my number 1-9.
That's a lot of fun to see. And now if our MacNSeitz boys can get some bats going, maybe we can get a little bit more comfort in the lead here. Just 1 run, 3-2 in favor of our MacNSeitz 14U team. So Delaney takes a small break there, and as we are in between innings, I'm going to ask you guys, if you're watching and viewing us online, coming back, please do me a favor, like our videos, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our videos. We're using these videos and going after some company sponsors this year you'll see in your lower right hand an example logo flashing from time to time in between innings. You're seeing that as well. And so we're using that in order to get our company sponsors' names out and about. I got a short audio commercial here. Give a listen.
Does your company support the community? Our MacNSeitz Baseball Club depends on generous donations in order to train and compete. Our sponsorship program has a variety of packages that fit into most any budget. With our live broadcast to YouTube and Twitter, our sponsors enjoy recognition of their community support, company logos cycled throughout our live streams, even audio commercials just like this one. So if your company can help us reach our goals, please let us know by leaving a comment on our video. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, MacNSeitz 14U. Thank you for supporting local youth athletics. Now let's get back to some baseball.
All right, and it looks like it's going to be number 10, Grant. Well, it's number 10 on our screen right now. And again, for those of you who haven't tuned in before, our sideline score is an overlay scoring software that we use to get those player cards and the score up on the screen for you. But it's actually number 15, Grant Kelly, up at the plate. And so, Grant, joining us for the first time this fall season here in game number 1 of pool play. This is game number 2 as MacNSeitz continues to compete and looking for a good seed out here in bracket play tomorrow. And Kelly fouls that one back. Now down in the count 0-2. Now you were talking with was it Kelly's Grant Kelly's mother or father this morning?
Father. Dad. Right over here. This is his first tournament. He finished out a season with another team and has joined over with MacNSeitz, and they're very excited to be here, and they're one of the newbies like Tucker and us.
Gotcha. Well, welcome, Grant Kelly. Glad to have him out here on the diamonds and helping our MacNSeitz crew. Count now 2-2 to Grant Kelly. And I was behind on the counts. I got a little distracted. But Kelly earning a walk, and our lead-off batter makes his way out onto the base paths. That brings up the top of the lineup, and number 8, Reed Eckert, at the plate. Ball high. Grant Kelly. Oh my goodness, that was closer than it should have been, and I don't think he saw what happened there. So, looked like it was going to be a pass ball off. The ball caromed off the glove of the catcher, but this catcher really doing a great job athletically getting back to the ball and made a great throw down to second. And Grant Kelly not hustling the entire way.
Well, I'll tell you what I think might be going on is that it's so dusty out there they can't even see the base. And so maybe Grant started his slide early because he thought he was going to hit the base a foot earlier than he did. And that's what I think might be going on. They should probably dust off the – oh, they sent him back. Why'd they send him back to
first? They
first?
did not send him back. There's a mound visit going on right now,
I
folks.
don't think you have to use that tone when you explain it.
I'm surrounded by women here that are telling me what's going down, and I'm just trying to help everybody out.
Nobody needs your help in that tone, birthday boy.
There's a mound visit going on. Prodigy Teal's coaching staff taking a short minute to confer with his pitcher and also his infield.
Well, you could understand the confusion when he stood on the base. I thought he was coming back to talk to the coach because they had a mound visit, but then he stood on the base and he looked back like he had to stay there. So we were just confirming.
Appreciate the long explanation to a relatively mundane topic.
And you wonder why you have no friends.
And bunt. So Reed Eckert advancing the runner via bunt.
Did his job. So coach asking him to bunt and Reed laying that down. Wasn't the prettiest one, as well above his head. He still got the bat on the ball, kind of popped it up, but pitch not able to get to it.
right away. Made a nice throw down to first for the out.
Oh, ow, ow, ow. Oh, Harrison.
And Harrison Perkins just got hit right on the doggone knee, man.
Was it the knee?
It was on his inside leg, or his back leg.
Gosh.
And he's gonna need just a moment to kind of walk that one off, folks. First pitch coming in, and well inside. Perkins did what he could to kind of get out of the way, but no doing there. And he makes his way down to first. He's gonna actually take a little seat and try and stretch that out. Perkins, one of the MacNSeitz speedsters, and he's gonna just walk this one off and see if he can still run. He might need another minute or two on that one, but I bet we're gonna. Man, he's still limping pretty good. So a hit by pitch will put runners on the corners. Now first and second, just one down. And Perkins still limping over there at first as he takes his lead. And he runs.
There was no one at second to catch the ball from the pitcher, and then our guy
so
Grant just ran in.
The ruling on the field is a balk.
Ah.
And so Harrison Perkins, as the pitcher came set, just started running prior to the delivery. And that oftentimes will make a pitcher do something out of the ordinary. The way he came off the rubber ended up being ruled a balk, and so the runners will advance, and that's going to make our contest now 4-2 in favor of MacNSeitz, and a runner on second.
And he's still limping.
He really is, man. He's doing his best. And
I wonder if mom and dad maybe got him some ice, so when he gets off the field he can put some ice on it. I bet there's a nice bruise.
Oh, he'll definitely have a battle scar to show for that one.
Yeah, ouch.
And the chicks dig it, so.
Oh my gosh.
No problem there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this is a gapper by Arlo Mai. Harrison Perkins coming in.
Harrison's going, limping and all, and makes it. Nice job, Harrison.
So an RBI single for Arlo Mai, and Harrison Perkins, man, being very game, and even as he limps back to the dugout after coming across home plate, he sprinted all the way from second, and making our contest now 5-2.
That takes some grit.
It really does. And, you know, one of the things I was actually talking with, that ball actually ended up being fielded consequently by J.J. Pulley out there in right field by the Prodigy team, talking with his father, Jermaine, before the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jacob Larson, this one's over to shortstop.
Oh, dropped it. Dropped it on the transfer. And he is, I don't know what that was. He sort of called him out.
He sort of called him out, or he did?
Well, I mean, he called him out, but, like, he did a bunch of hand gestures that I don't know what those are.
This is where some of the young officiating comes in. But
and now he's explaining his decision. I don't know. Anyway, he's out, so moving on.
All right, so looks like, the ball came in play over to shortstop. Play over at second base was kind of bobbled. But it looks like they got the force out.
And they dropped it. Makes it safely to first base on an error, right? Yes.
Absolutely an error right there. And you got to feel for him. The sun right in the sky, I'm sure played a factor in that. But that was just a little infield pop fly and really should have been caught. So Odie making it on base on air. That puts runners at second and third.
Second and first.
Second and first, I'm sorry.
Nice hit.
Line drive up the middle.
And he's holding him at third. He would have made it, but you never know.
And so Austin Strength with another nice hit right there to keep things rolling for MacNSeitz. That'll load the bases for number 19, Tucker Lee. So 2 down now. And Tucker looking to help himself out. And it looks like the Prodigy coach is going to make a change.
Oh, man. That always makes the at-bat more It's like ice in the kicker, right, in football? It's like ice in the kicker.
Yep, and that will be a pitching change. And so it's just going to be a short break right now, but MacNSeitz having a good inning so far. Score now 5-2, bases loaded. There are 2 down. When we resume play, Tucker Lee will be the batter at the plate.
Well, let's talk about your birthday. I mean, how's it been so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, today is my 45th trip around the sun.
Yep.
And it's been a great weekend to start. My 2 boys, the entire school district found out it was my birthday today, and they decided to take a 3-day weekend. So gave all the kids in the entire district the day off on Friday. And I tell you what an honor that is.
Oh, my. I mean, Liberty School District was like, how do we fit in another day off of school? And we said, it's Robert's birthday. Maybe that's worthy.
You know what? And being a pillar in the community you enjoy some of those fringe benefits from time to time. But I tell you what, had a great Friday. Took my boys to a movie early in the day, the new Black Adam movie.
With Dwayne The Rock.
Featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, yep.
Yeah. My 10-year-old told me it was a knockoff of Marvel, but that he enjoyed the movie mostly. So there's your movie review in case you were on the fence about go. I say go.
Great special effects, and Dwayne Johnson
is
always
the best. I love him.
Always an entertaining actor to see. But then after that, After we enjoyed the movie, then I was able to make it back to the house, and my mom was in from out of town, and so they came to help me celebrate, which has been fantastic.
And she made her world-famous stuffed peppers, one of your favorite dinners, for dinner. And then she made a banana parfait dessert and like you would think, like, oh, she bought like 8 boxes of banana pudding and mixed it together. And no, that is not Sherry's style. She made the pudding from scratch, literally from scratch, and then made the whipped cream from scratch. The bananas are all natural bananas, so you had like the best of the best.
She doesn't like to use those imitation bananas.
No imitation
sir.
Bananas. No. Okay, we're back. Let's go, Tucker.
All right, and play all set to resume here. Never did get our pocket radar up, but...
Ooh, nice turn on the ball. Foul out of play for first strike. 0-1 count.
This pitcher looking like he's got a little bit more pop on his fastball than the one prior. But an 0-1 count now to Tucker after fouling that first pitch off.
Inside.
So that ball just slowly rolling away, but Prodigy catcher doing a good job getting that ball and not allowing runners to advance.
Oh, my gosh.
Deep fly ball. This one's center field. It's going to find some grass. That is over the center fielder's head.
Watch
Tucker is screaming across. 2 runs come in. Tucker's going to third. He doesn't care if they're not going.
Nice.
And he's in for a 3 RBI triple.
Happy frickin' birthday, Dad. Oh, my gosh. What just happened? What just happened?
Well, that's going to make our score now 8-2. And if you ever asked for a birthday gift, there is one. I know, so important for Tucker to have a good game against Prodigy today, and he certainly started off that way so far. Still a lot of baseball yet to play, but exciting for our MacNSeitz team to get up here and early here in just bottom of the second.
And he's got Grandma and Grandpa in the stands watching him. I mean, he's like, excuse me while I get a triple. Oh.
Nicely done, and now number 5, Brooks Carr, up at the plate.
Let's go, Brooks. Keep it going, kiddo.
Ball down. So interesting putting together a lineup, and always a challenging deal for all coaches to do. But both of our left-handed bats coming up back-to-back.
Oh, Tucker's going.
Ball
Tucker's
in,
going.
and it's a wild pitch.
Tucker's safe. No problem. The batter, no hit by pitch there. It was close. I'm sure he's getting some flack from his team from the dugout saying, you know, because he jumped out of the way of the pitch. They like to pick on their players when they do that. I'm all for jumping out of the way, okay? All for it.
Every now and then, wearing one for your team is it just shows your camaraderie and also sometimes your baseball IQ. But in this particular case, no harm, no foul, and Brooks taking another ball down low. So a 3-1 count. Brooks on the season with 6 walks. We'll see what happens here with this next pitch.
All right, now he's ready.
So that's going to load the boat, and 3-2 count. As I get a look from my lovely wife who says, I've never heard that term. Brooks with a nice hard hit over to short. It drops, and hard to blame the shortstop on that one. You would have expected that ball to bounce back up, and it did not. So nice hit for Brooks Carr to keep things rolling.
Load the boat is a 3-2 count. Load the boat.
I sense some incredulity.
No, I'm not being incredulous. I just want to make sure load the boat equals 3-2 count.
3-2 count.
So next time.
Well, also known as a full count.
Yes, thank you. I know that. I was just thinking though, maybe next time if you can't do the game for some reason and I have to fill in for you, I can feel savvy and be like, hey, load the boat.
I gotcha. This ball down, and now at the plate, number 11, Evan Book. So again, batting just 182 on the fall season, but with a .526 on base percentage. So Evan typically showing good patience. I'm not sure exactly where that pitch was at. It looked pretty good, but he calls. Umpire indicates that one was a little high, and now a 3-0 count to Evan Book.
If I'm the pitcher's mom, I'm calling that a strike because that looked like a strike.
Another ball high. That is going to be ball 4, and we're going to have runners on first and second. So couldn't be more excited about Tucker's big hit earlier, and as we said, one of the best birthday gifts you can get.
It's a good game for your son. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. We had one of our baseball moms here stop by and talk with us earlier and tell us about how you're incredibly hard on Tucker when you're doing this commentating. And I was explaining to her that I wouldn't worry about it too much because Tucker doesn't ever watch these things, but they'll be sitting out on YouTube for 40 years. So when he gets older and he wants to see what his dad said, he's going to say something like, man, my dad didn't think I could play baseball at all.
Well, and not to disagree with you here, but let's go ahead and do that. Tucker does watch the videos. I watch them with him.
Do you put him on mute, though, so he doesn't have to hear? You're okay. So he doesn't have to hear you?
We discuss his pitching mechanics.
I think he's just wanting to see this one pitch, maybe.
Yeah, and it looks like that was a strike 3 call. And 643 Academy just standing right in my way as I'm doing play-by-play, and just unbelievable. All right, so Grant Kelly with a strikeout there to end the inning, and I tell you what a fantastic inning for MacNSeitz. Doing some heavy lifting there, and now the score now 9-2. Looks like MacNSeitz is going to continue with Tucker Lee out there on the bump. Having a good game so far. Don't know where his pitch count is at. We'll take a look here in Game Changer and figure that out.
Let me look in Game Changer there for you. Okay. All right. Stand by.
So Tucker showing good command here in the second inning. But in the first inning, as he started, a number of walks and got out of it without too much damage done. So Prodigy Teal with just 2 on the board. Tucker with 48 pitches so far in this contest. Tends to cap out. I tend to cap him out at about 65 pitches. So I'd imagine this probably be his last inning.
Well, that second inning, he struck out 3 batters in a row, so you would assume his pitch count would be fairly low. See, that's a strike.
I don't know where that one was at, but he called that one a ball. Nice slider right there. As the wind continues to pick up and screaming across the microphones here. High fly ball right side. This one is going to be in foul territory. And that'll be now a 1-1 pitch count. So I don't know that Prodigy has made it all the way through their lineup just yet, because here we are just now top of the third. Tucker struggling early in the first, but really kind of finding the zone here in the second.
Oh, gosh. One thing I have noticed about Tucker in this game versus the other games he's pitched in this fall season is he's pitching faster than normal, which is good because it means he's getting in a better rhythm. But he almost took that poor kid's head off, and that's not high. That's a strike, but we're going to just move on. He's going to have to bring it down, apparently.
So not getting a couple of the pitch calls there that I think maybe he should have had. I don't know. Umpire indicated that one was high, but I just don't know. And that one definitely high, and that'll be a walk. And so the leadoff batter for Prodigy making his way over to first as Arlo Mai
watch the first base runner. Watch him.
Comes back.
I saw something Arlo did a few minutes ago that you might have missed. The foul ball. The hitter ran towards first and his bat landed in the dirt, and Arlo dusted off the handle of his bat for him and handed it back to him. That is so nice.
So some good sportsmanship there. Back pick over at first, and Prodigy's back safely on the bag. So that ball missing just inside. Tucker on a slide step there. A little movement on that ball. Let's see if he can dial it back in here and get us through this third inning. That one high and inside. Throw goes down, and it is well off the mark.
Number 8 chose to stay. Tucker's got to bring the ball down. That's my pro advice right there. Bring the ball down.
Yep, and so checking out his, release point. Is it, his hips? Is it where he's coming down the mountain?
That's a strike. Thank you.
So now 2-1 count. Runner on second base now. And Tucker coming across his body there.
Too far.
I'll tell you, that is something that we worked on down in the basement. He knows, I'll guarantee you, he knows exactly what he did on that pitch.
Yep.
And when he does a good job of tucking his glove and tucking that offhand, that glove hand, tucking that elbow in, he tends to throw very straight. He gets a strike call there, and that will be
full count.
A full count.
Did you see a boat loaded? Loaded boat.
Now
it's a boat load.
A nice lead at second base.
Oh, gosh, dang it.
And a ball out. So 2 batters, now 2 runners, and nobody down here in top of the third. And I got to tell you, 9-2 sounds like a good lead.
We got a mound visit going here with Coach Max, the Tuck, and the Arlo.
And so Coach going to take just a quick minute here to try to calm Tucker down, see where his arm's at, how he's feeling about things. Obviously, with 2 runners on and nobody down, it's a good timing. And so a short mound visit, and we'll See the home plate official dusting off the dish there.
You can't even see the dish. It's so far down in the dirt. It's sunken down.
All right, and now we are back towards the beginning of Prodigy's lineup. I recall seeing number 36 here earlier in the contest. See how Tucker responds after that mound visit.
Strike. That's how he responded. Nice work, kiddo. 1-9 with the strike.
So you can tell he kind of dialed it back velocity-wise there. And first pitch strike always being important. Now, if I recall, this young man at the plate did not swing the bat in that at-bat. He did earn a walk. And so you think he's going to be patient there, but he swings away, and now an 0-2 count.
Way ahead.
And so Tucker with 6 strikeouts today, an 0-2 count here. We'll see what he can come up with. Wind continues to swirl.
Strike.
Ball in play.
Ball in play.
And this
right
one,
up the middle.
Right up the middle, gets past the second baseman. And a run will score.
Now this Prodigy. Oh, behind you. Oh, did it get him? Got him. Got him. Oh, I don't know how he would have.
And then another run comes across, and the boys aren't even paying attention to what's going on. So that right there, boys, is bad baseball. And so this, I hope that when we go back in and we watch video, that these young men learn what's going on, because that right there is almost unforgivable. Runner goes from first. Guy's not paying attention. Tucker makes a bad throw over to second. That play is null. And then Prodigy sends another runner from third. So Odie. And now another miscue by MacNSeitz, and the errors just continue to roll in. So runner will reach on air. Odie making a nice play over there at first base, gloving the ball. Wasn't able to make it back over. Tucker making it over to first base a little bit late, and then the toss over doesn't equate. And now we have a 9-4 contest. Still nobody down, and runners on second and first. Pass ball. And now runners on the corners, and Tucker's showing some frustration up there on the mound. What's that?
That's the first base coach.
Oh, that's the first base coach? Oh, that sure is, isn't it? And a foul tip to start. And so I had Grandpa here telling me what for, and there is not a runner at first. That is another player with a helmet on, as per rules, USSSA, and he is acting as the first base coach. So I got a little wrapped around the axles there, but a runner on third. This pitch coming in inside, and now a 1-1 count. Tucker clutching that side again. A 1-2 count. My mistake. That ball well outside, and a 2-2 count. And so we saw this here during warm-ups right before this half inning, and Tucker, I'm not sure if he just tweaked the muscle or exactly what he did, but he was clutching his side, and now I'm seeing him doing it again. That ball in, and Prodigy Teal earns another walk.
The player running from the dugout around in front of the home plate is probably not the best idea because it confused the players on the court, on the field.
All right, now Coach Mack's going out to check on Tuck and says, hey, thanks for the hard work. We're going to go ahead and switch you out. And so it looks like we're going to make a pitching change here. Tucker's done something to his side and is not feeling too good. So that's not good news for our MacNSeitz crew, but Still with a margin of still with a good margin here. Still top of the third. Nobody down. Runners on the corners. Score now 9-4. And there is going to be a pitching change. So who are we bringing up? Is this Reed Eckert?
Number 8.
Yep, number 8. That is going to be Reed Eckert. So Tuck doing a good job for us today out there on the bump. 6 strikeouts on the day, top of the third. A number of errors kind of leading to him going out in the third, but I think he probably would have finished this third inning out, but tweaking a muscle there in his side and really kind of clutching at it. But Prodigy showing some grit here and not going away easy.
This Prodigy team, this is their first game together today.
And so I was talking to some of the Prodigy parents here before the game, and they've had a number of scrimmages, but no official gameplay yet. So this is their first game of their fall season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are going to play a couple more tournaments.
One more tournament next weekend.
Is that right? Next weekend, yeah.
And then they're going to take a break and come back in the winter for winter workouts.
As you see so many of the baseball academies do, and guys wanting to play at a high level, really committing to the sport and working through the winter. You don't get better during the season, you get better in the off season. And then hopefully those efforts translate into success during your season. But definitely quite a change of pace here, going from Tucker Lee to Reed Eckert. We've not yet seen Reed pitch this fall. Reed not able to join us for all the games. And multi-sport athlete like a lot of boys. But a nice pitching form there. I like the high elbow at the high lead elbow. Leading in and trying to get as much as he can out of his small stature. But we are all set to go here. And a lot of baseball yet to play. A lefty at the plate. Runner goes, pop fly. This is in the infield. Shortstop cannot see the ball. Left fielder brings it in, and that's Evan Book doing a great job getting in and making that out. So interesting kind of watching these boys, their positioning and stuff like that. And we talked about this in the first game. We had center fielder, 20, 30 feet left of the center field. And Prodigy showing bunt. No go there.
That was a strike, right?
Yeah, he did not pull that back, so that is a strike.
But it was a strike pitch anyway, even if he had pulled it back, in my opinion. But I didn't see any motion from the umpire, so there's a 0-2. We're ahead.
So before that foul ball, Prodigy runner advancing from first over to second. And now runners on second and third. Just one down. And Prodigy looking to get out of this inning. Pop fly left side. This one is going to be trouble. It is just foul. We didn't have a boy within 30 feet of that ball. And had it found the fair territory, Prodigy would have had some success with that one.
Yeah. I think the wind helped us on that.
Well, we'll take what we can get.
That's right.
And now an 0-2 count to number 19 for Prodigy at the plate.
You're going to have to adjust your center camera on the between innings. I was getting ready to go do it.
Strike three call. And Reed Eckert with a strikeout on the day.
Nice job, Reed. Nice job. I was going to go fix your camera, and then I was like, oh, wait, I can't do that in the middle of a batter. It's very distracting to a pitcher if they see some lady climbing up on the table behind home plate fixing a camera. I would be distracted. I mean,
100%.
100%.
Beautiful woman climbing up on the backstop is going to distract all kinds of 13-year-olds. Pass ball, runner goes, and a run will score.
JJ's got mad speed, so that was going. That was going to be a stand-up score with no problem.
So number 3-4, Cameron Tierney out at the plate for Prodigy. Now runners, just one runner on third. 2 down, and MacNSeitz looking to get out of this third inning.
They really need to get out of this third inning.
Swing and a miss. That'll be strike 1.
We have 1 out, 2 outs.
2 outs.
Good.
Now a 1-1 count.
Oh, that's right. He just struck him out, and we had the pop fly in left field. That's a strike 2.
Oh, that was a beautiful curveball. Came down, and home plate umpire indicating that one just a bit high.
He doesn't like that pitch. He hasn't called that a strike with multiple pitchers now. Foul ball. I'm going with
Fly
foul.
ball, Odie.
Odie, did he catch it? Yes, he did. Nice. Oh, man, Odie's awesome.
Odie tracked that one down, and folks, you probably could have seen that top portion of your screen there, but doing a great job getting over into foul territory and hauling that one in to get us out of the inning.
Is there another term for the bases loaded, like loaded ship or bases shipped? No? Nothing? I don't know. I think we should start one.
What's interesting, there's lots of different terms you can use from other various things in life. And so a loaded boat, what does that mean in poker? You're a card player. Your whole family's card players.
The boat, then you've got the flop and the river and the boat.
No.
Oh, a boat. Is that a full house?
That's a full house.
Hey, my mom would be so proud.
She's coming at me with Texas Hold'em and missing the obvious softball I gave her.
Well, it happens.
But, hey.
I'm getting old.
Score is now 9-5, favor of our MacNSeitz 14U.
Gosh, we should have a 9-5 song ready to go with Dolly Parton next time there's a 9-5 score. You know, you've got some songs you're going to start playing once you get that magical cable you can't find. Once you get that, we should save a Dolly Parton 9-5.
I'm adding it to the list right now,
Thank
folks. And I know you can't wait.
I can't wait.
But this will be our last tournament this fall, so it'll have to come in spring and summer because I did not get my TRRS cable.
Oh, my gosh. Anybody listening, all 5 people, if you have a TRRS cable, we can order one from Amazon, though. We can order one. We do have a time limit of, it's either an hour 40 or hour 45. I'm not sure. They vary by tournament. And then I don't know if we play, I think they'll keep playing until time expires or there's a run rule. But honestly, I'm not sure if you reach 6 innings if they stop the game or not. I don't think they do. I think they keep playing. I'm going to go with that. My mother-in-law was asking me a question about how long they play and that kind of thing, but most of the tournaments are an hour 40 or hour 45 per game. All right, so we've fixed the center camera without distracting the pitcher during a game, during an actual live at bat. And
it's still a little crooked, but it's better than it was.
We've got Reed up to bat here in just a second. Oh, that pitcher, I would be real careful stealing second. That pitcher just stood up and threw it like it was child's play all the way to the second baseman. I mean the catcher, yes. I need more coffee.
All right, someone get this woman some caffeine as she regroups, but that's going to leave number 8, Reed Eckert, to lead MacNSeitz off here in the 4th inning. I'm sorry, bottom of the 3rd. And that is a strike call to Reed to start. And a ball high, 1-1. So Reed Eckert with a .250 on base percentage coming into today's action. Takes another one high for a 2-1 count now as he looks down to third base at Coach Brady, who's saying swing away. Curveball high and outside.
Do you know what time the game got started? Was it right at 2 o'clock? Did you happen to notice?
Wow, we got quite a bit of wind here.
Yeah, we do.
Ball outside, and Reed will make his way over to first. So leadoff batter making his way onto the base paths, and that's going to bring up number 28, Harrison Perkins. I do not know what time the action started, but it was right at about 2 o'clock. So it looks like most of these games have been staying right on time. So a good lead out there at first. Pitcher throws back, but Wild with the throw, and Reed will advance over to second. He's rounding, he's going over to third. Throw comes in, but he is well off the mark. And Reed will hold up over at third. So runner now in scoring position, and Harrison Perkins will have an RBI opportunity. So Prodigy doing themselves no favors right here with a pickoff attempt and an errant throw, followed up by another throw. And no doubt, a well-coached team right there. They will learn from these opportunities, and you got to give credit where credit's due. This is their first game of the fall, first time playing together. Only 3 to 4 boys returning to this team. So as a core, of a team, these boys by and large playing together for the first time in official play.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Strike call. I don't know about where that one was at, but
It was at Harrison's ankles, I believe.
doesn't seem to bother him. Looking confident in the box there, looking comfortable.
Yes. I mean, that was the exact same pitch, and you just called that a ball. Whatever. What do I know?
All right, now a 2-1 count. He's saying a 1-2 count.
We'll give you some grace because it's your birthday.
Well,
That's outside. It's a 1-3 count.
3-1
and now it's
count.
a
Oh my goodness.
Now it's a 1-3 count. A 3-1
So
count.
a good official behind the home plate dish, obviously calling the game so much easier. And in that first game, a well-experienced guy behind the plate. This young guy continuing to learn his craft, and give him credit. He's out here and in order to help us still play.
Oh.
Ball in play. This one drops down. A run comes across the plate. And Harrison not paying attention to coach out there at third. Doggone it.
He wasn't? Was he trying to send him and he
Yeah,
was looking back at the ball?
Coach wanted Harrison to round third. Harrison did not round. He came up on his square and stopped. And so that's okay. Runners on the corners. One run does come across. That's now 10-5 favor of our MacNSeitz team. Big looping curveball for strike one. Hadn't called that too often today, but that one was fairly low, and he's tended to have a little bit of a lower strike zone.
From where I'm sitting, that looked right across the plate. Perfect little strike.
So courtesy runner for Arlo Mai out there at first base, last out. Looks like it's going to be Reed Eckert. He makes his way over to second.
I don't know if they ever get a second baseman or a shortstop over there to catch the catcher's throw to second. We're going to get out because that kid can blast that ball across the field.
Well, I think that's somewhat by design. A fake throw down to second, trying to get that runner on third off base a little bit more, and trying to get him into a pickle. And so no throw goes down, and runner's now on second and third.
Oh,
nice little piece of hitting right there by Jacob Larson. That one finds some green grass and an RBI.
And he makes it over to second on an errant throw.
And so now 11-5. Nice hit by Jacob Larson, taking the ball on the outside of the plate and going with it. Instead of trying to pull it like so many guys do and did a nice job hitting that to the right side of center field, finding some green grass and getting an RBI. First pitch to number 5'8", Odie Saxon, is well outside. Runners now on second and third. And I got a 10-year-old telling me how to sit in my chair.
Well, somebody needs to do it.
Didn't see the last pitch. Apparently nobody I'm sitting with did either. I'd tell you what the pitch count is, but home plate umpire never tells me. Ball high. Okay, and this young man, a little inexperienced because he's got his ball count in his right hand and his strikes in his left hand. That's why I didn't know what the count was earlier. And now 3-0 count, so.
Blame it on the umpire.
I'm telling you, if you know baseball, the ball count is in your left hand and the strike count is in your right hand.
Yeah. I just wanted to give you an update, though. There's a wind advisory for Kansas City, Missouri until Sunday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. In case you were wondering.
Well, that'll be fun. And Odie not really liking that call right there. That'll make it a full count now, 3-2. Just one down. Runners on second and third. Bottom of the third. MacNSeitz up 11-5. And a ball outside.
Wow. He's been calling those strikes. I'm surprised he didn't.
Well, I tell you what.
That was close for comfort.
You can tell the experience level of an umpire by some of the things that he does. And so he's indicating a ball outside with his right hand, and it looks like the same motion that he's calling his strike with, right? He's also holding up his balls and his strikes with the wrong hand. And so, you know, if you can give the young man a little critique here after the game, that would, you know, be one thing that I would say, hey, that'd help you improve. But
I'm betting he's not going to call you, though, and ask you for your advice. But
well,
if he did, he'd learn a couple of things. He called that a strike. See? Did you see it?
Well, I imagine he may tune in after the fact and check out our video here on YouTube or Twitter.
Maybe he'll sponsor our team.
Well, you know, a lot of these guys watch these videos back, and, you know,
That's true, they do.
Odie Saxon is the last batter there, talking with his mom a tournament ago, and he was watching some of his hitting mechanics, and she was asking me about the different angles. And so, yes, these people do watch these games back.
The players, I wouldn't be surprised by, but I'm guessing Blue's not going to. And maybe crazier things have happened. How many outs do we have?
So just one down.
One down, okay.
Bases loaded. Numbers 3-6, Austin Strength at the plate. Austin coming up big for us on a number of occasions. Just 4 RBIs coming into this matchup. This is going to be a gapper in the outfield. One run will come across. Another run incoming, and 2 runs. So a 2-run single for Austin Strength. And that's now going to make it 13-5. Fantastic hit. Austin going oppo and finding the gap. But credit to Prodigy outfielder J.J. Pulley doing a nice job and covering quite a bit of ground to make a play on that ball to prevent more runners from advancing. And now number 19, Tucker Lee, at the plate. So he will still be the pitcher of record in a win-loss category, as he enjoyed a lead at the point that he left the game from a pitching standpoint. So if we continue to win this game, he will be the winning pitcher. And looking to help himself out here with 2 runners on and just now 1 down. Got to be feeling pretty game after such a big hit in that 3 RBI triple, the bases loaded. Ball down, fake throw from catch back to second. And no action there. Odie Saxon looking really relaxed out there on second base. Oh, swing and a miss as Tucker reached out for that one.
I think he really wanted that. And that's unfortunate.
I think he got fooled by some off speed, expecting something different.
Yep.
Pitch steps off as he looks over at 2. Nothing going there. And MacNSeitz with a comfortable lead here. Looking to possibly add to that. Fly ball, this one's left side. Left fielder coming in. And he makes that play for out number 2. Runner's unable to advance on that fly ball.
I'll say it again, though. He made contact.
Putting the ball in play, half the battle sometimes.
Would I have liked for the left fielder to drop that? Yes, I would have, if I'm being honest. I'm his mom, not the left fielder, the batter. And but I'm just happy that Tucker's starting to get the bat on the ball. He's been struggling a little bit with that. And as you've mentioned a few times, he's been doing some work in the basement. I can't ever finish my basement now until Tucker stops playing baseball, because it's literally like a batting cage, a pitching mound. It's a tee. It's a full workout thing.
Well, I got to tell you,
and concrete.
I was reading an article here about 3 months ago, and in this article it talked about big leaguers and their road to the show. And the vast majority of them, in their journey on their road to the show,
they confiscated the basement and turned it into a workout facility?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay. Well,
not 99 out of 100 times. And so when I found that out, I was like, absolutely not will this basement ever get finished. Not until that young man is playing in the show.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you a statistic, and that is like 1 in a million make it to the major leagues, buddy. So you better hope.
So you're still saying there's a shot?
There's still a chance. There's still a chance. Although, oh, nice.
Ball in play over to second base. They'll look to turn 2.
And they do. Nice little play there by Prodigy to get out of that inning.
Funny thing is, they didn't need to. They just needed that lead out.
But it was still good practice, you know.
And fielded really well. But
yes.
Prodigy doing some heavy lifting there and improving our margin 13-5.
Prodigy doing some heavy lifting?
I'm sorry, MacNSeitz doing some heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
So 13-5 in favor of our MacNSeitz crew. That's going to bring us to top of the 4th.
And we're looking at a time now of 3:38. I don't know what time the game started, so.
So it might be hour 45 on the time limit. Each of these tournaments operate under different rules. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. I don't know what it is for Sports America.
Well, I told folks earlier hour 40 or hour 45. It's not usually an hour and a half.
All right.
But I'm just guessing on that, on which one. I have a question for you, for technology question. My cell phone is almost ready to die, and you have full power. Is there any way you could share your cable and battery with me?
I tell you what, I'm always willing to share my juice with you. And so there you go.
You're fired.
Top of the 4th. And folks, I tell you what, thank you for joining us here on YouTube and Twitter today. If you guys are not able to make it out, but I tell you what, a beautiful day for a late October baseball game. We could have freezing rain and all kinds of nasty weather, but while we are experiencing quite a bit of wind, we do have, some temperatures up into the mid-80s. I don't know if it's there just yet.
I tell you what, it's definitely shorts weather today.
Yeah. Is that right?
It's shorts weather today. Yes, my father-in-law declared this morning that he was upset because it wasn't going to be like truly shorts weather today. And I told him, no, you'll be fine wearing shorts. And so we went to lunch between games, and it was balmy. It had to be like 82 degrees. And I said, Sherry, Les could have definitely worn shorts. Definitely. So it's shorts weather.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with all the fans out there.
We have so many fans, and now we have even more after that story. Yeah, it's 81 degrees. See? Told you. Told you. Tomorrow is going to be 84. You can wear shorts, except for they won't be here. They're leaving early in the morning. They're abandoning us in our time of baseball need.
Well, folks, we're still looking for some company sponsors out here in our 2023 season. Going to give a quick audio break, and please take a listen here. If you are aware or belong to a company that supports local youth athletics, please give us a shout out, a comment on one of our videos, and with some contact information, we'll reach out.
Does your company support the community? Our MacNSeitz Baseball Club depends on generous donations in order to train and compete. Our sponsorship program has a variety of packages that fit into most any budget. With our live broadcast to YouTube and Twitter, our sponsors enjoy recognition of their community support, company logos cycled throughout our live streams, even audio commercials, just like this one. So if your company can help us reach our goals, please let us know by leaving a comment on our video. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, MacNSeitz 14U. Thank you for supporting local youth athletics. Now let's get back to some baseball.
So now a 1-1 count to the leadoff batter for Prodigy. Now, is this the young man you were saying is Chase Levine? Oh, my goodness.
Chase is number 1.
And that'll be ball 4. And the leadoff batter is able to make his way over to first. Reed Eckert pitching from the stretch. Big swing and a miss.
That was a nice pitch, too. 0-1 count. Pay attention, number 3 on first base. Oh, got hit with the pitch.
And that one's going to hit the batter. He'll make his way on base via hit by pitch. He rubs that one off easily, and now 2 runners on.
No outs.
First and second base, no outs, and now number 1, Chase Levine,
Are you sure?
comes up. Well, you told me he's number 1.
I'm 100% sure that's Chase. And if I could see his mom, I'd be like, is that your son?
All right, we've got a mound visit now. Coach Max out there talking with Reed, just checking on him. Always interesting from a strategy standpoint, trying to figure out who you're going to throw, and obviously wanting to keep some of your best pitchers on the team for bracket play where you reach single elimination. Bunt is laid down. That one goes foul.
First strike 1.
And now an 0-1 count. Prodigy looking to play some small ball here. Move their runners over. Showing bunt again. He pulls back. And umpire indicates that one is inside for a ball. So last 2 innings coming in, Prodigy allowing some runners getting on base in various ways. This one in play, it's going to be in between third and short.
Oh, no. Went
and then the
underneath
left fielder.
Harrison. Doggone it. They score a run. Okay. Settle down, everyone. Settle down.
All right, so a base hit and then an error out there in left field by Harrison Perkins as that ball rolls underneath his glove. Run scores. That'll put runners on the corners.
Yeah, it looked like it took a decent hop for being a ground ball after the hit, after it bounced,
Yeah, I didn't see the hop, but doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And I got to tell you, these fields not in the greatest shape.
No.
In comparison to some of the other places that we've enjoyed playing at here earlier this fall. And now a 1-1 count. As Reed looking to get that first out here in top of the 4th inning. So this ball down, and you got to figure we really want to keep the run ratio down here, and that affects our seeding so much, as they're typically not jumping ahead too much. But if MacNSeitz is to win this game, we go 2-0 on the day, and usually there are about 2, 3, sometimes as many as 4 or 5 teams that go 2-0. And if there are that many teams going 2-0, then the next thing that comes up is runs allowed. And so we've allowed 6 runs here, 2 in the first game. So that's a total of 8. They average that out as well.
That's a strike all day long. All day long. That's
missing just hot. And I thought that was just ball number 3. They award him the base at any rate, and now that loads the bases. So you got to wonder how long does MacNSeitz wait to bring in a different pitcher, but they've been patient all fall long with pretty much all of our pitching staff.
Well, and I believe we're home, right? So we got a pass ball score. So another run scored. I believe we're close to time expiring. So if we can get out of this inning without being behind, then the game should be over if we started right around 2 o'clock. If.
And so a wild pitch equates to a run scored. Pop up this one over to first base. Odie Saxon calling for the ball.
Nice job, Odie.
That'll be out number 1, and no run score on that play. Your score right now, 13-7. And MacNSeitz still looking to close this one out. So just one down, and I would agree. I would think that we're going to reach game time if we're able to make it out ahead on this inning. Pass ball, runner thinks about it, thinks better of it, doesn't go. And Arlo Mai working super hard back there behind the dish. You know, not a catcher by trade at all. Typically our third baseman and pitches from time to time, but he does back up Paul McClinney, who's not able to attend today. High fly ball left side, this one to Harrison Perkins, and he hauls that one in for out number 2. Hesitates on the throw for some reason. Throw comes in, and don't know exactly why he hesitated. He should have thrown that right out of the gate. But Harrison making a nice catch out there for out number 2. But Prodigy will score another one on a sac fly. And the score now 13-8. Fly ball. I don't know if this one's going to be in play. Arlo Mai, oh my gosh. He makes it halfway down to third and almost makes that play. I'm sitting here thinking, where's Jacob Larson at? And good work by Arlo to get over there with all that gear on. And been catching this whole game.
Has he been catching the whole day?
The whole day.
Yeah.
And good comment there. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike number 2. Need just one more strike here to get out of this game.
Good stop.
So Arlo stretching out long and gets a glove on that ball. Count now 1-2. Runner on third base. J.J. Pulley up at the plate. Showing some good discipline there. Ball high. Count now 2-2.
We saw J.J. late in the season last year just blast a ball outfield. I mean, woo. He had a couple of games there where he hit him all the way to the fence, so you got to be careful with this hitter. I guess you got to be careful with every hitter, but we actually have seen him play, so we kind of know what he can do. It's not usual that you know what the other players are doing a lot of times when you're playing in youth baseball, but
no doubt. And JJ definitely a big, strong, athletic kid, and coming on strong there late in the season, capable of sending one deep, but on a full count now from the stretch. This one's a rip right through. This one gets by Harrison Perkins, and this one's rolling all the way out to the fence. Number 19 tracks it down. He'll look to hit his cutoff, who's not lined up for third. He bobbles the ball, and now the runner makes it all the way around. So 2 runs will score on a number of errors after a nice hit single. And that's the kind of baseball that just drives me nuts. And Prodigy still in this game, now 10-13. MacNSeitz really needing to close this one out. And going 2-0 on the day, always important for bracket seed play, but now allowing 10 runs. And in a game that was really well under control. Not doing ourselves any favors with a number of fielding errors. Ball down. And I know MacNSeitz has got to be thinking we're trying to hold on to some of our other pitchers for bracket play. High fly ball. Harrison completely misreads this one. And he actually comes in on a ball that was going all the way out to the fence. And there will be a stand-up triple. How many runs scored on that? Just one? Now 13-11, and I tell you what, we've got to do something here because we're letting this one slip away.
yeah, we are.
No more coaching mound visits and left to give unless we go ahead and pull Reed, and apparently we're not going to do that. So a strike call there, and credit to Reed. Still up there on the bump, giving it his all.
That's right.
And starts off this batter with a strike.
Just got to get one more out, guys.
A 1-1 call, a 1-1 count. Runner on third. And another ball down. Hey, would you check with Steve what the actual official score is? Because sometimes I get off.
I'm on Game Changer, and I just checked. It's 11-13.
Okay. Ball in play. This one's going to be handled by Odie Saxon. He'll keep it, and that's going to be out number 3. That'll do it for the day. That should be game. Let's give it here just a moment and see what the official.
Yep, that's game.
All right, and so the boys are lining up in a tough matchup, and you got to give Prodigy credit where credit is due. They showed some grit coming back here late in the fourth rather, and making it a 11-13. So a number of runs scoring, but MacNSeitz holding on and closing this one out. So we'll be 2-0 on the day, and going into bracket play tomorrow. Never know who we're going to see, as some of our good friends from the Prodigy Academy coming over and congratulating us on a great game. So thanks for joining us, folks. We'll be playing tomorrow in bracket play, single elimination on the day. As my wife said earlier in the broadcast, we got a wind advisory, so I imagine it's going to be a windy one. We won't see where the seating comes out until probably 8, 9 o'clock this evening, and that will determine what time we play, either 8 or 10 in the morning. So, again, thanks for watching. Prodigy out with a couple of wins here today.